right, welcome back everybody to another pickup show. I know I said I was only going to do these once a month, basically, but this weekend, it's special circumstances. I actually went to a convention, I went to a show this past weekend, and I bought enough books that I thought, you know what? Let me show these off so you guys can see all the stuff I spent my money on. I know there was an IG post that gave away some of the things on my show, but I'll tell the stories and the prices behind what I paid for some of this stuff and why I bought them in some cases. Hopefully you're interested in that. Hopefully you want to check out the things that I bought this weekend at King Kon III. If you didn't guess, this is the convention that I went to, as I'm rocking the shirt that I picked up there at the convention as well, because I kind of like it. Rocky 3 kind of like themed and all of that. Plus, I got to see a bunch of the people from the community out there. It was good seeing seeing all the folks there, hanging out with Bensi at the table, sharing it with them, and it was a good time. So let's get into the books that I'm going to pick, going to show off to you guys that I picked up in just one second. But first, what I need you to do is tell me what you think in the comment section. Let me know the things that, you like that I picked up. Let me know the things you think is stupid that I picked up, where I wasted my money. I don't care. You're more than welcome to share your opinion, and I welcome it. So let me know. Also, let me know some more things you want to see here on the channel as well. I could use that kind of feedback too, because we're getting ready to do our 2K giveaway special show this Wednesday. So make sure you come and join the TAC show live this Wednesday at about 9:15 p.m. Eastern time, as I'm going to be giving away a ton of stuff throughout the entire show, I think, basically. Still got to work out the details with the fellows, but we'll probably have a bunch of guests stopping by, and I'm going to give away a lot of stuff. So if you want to get some free stuff, make sure you come and watch live on Wednesday. And even for the folks who can't watch live on Wednesday for one reason or another, or for our friends overseas, I will make some arrangements for another giveaway for you guys as well. So don't worry, everybody will be involved in the celebration, as I'm just so happy that we hit 2K subscribers. So 2,000 subs, it was a milestone we were reaching for before summer ended. Came up just a little bit short, but yeah, we did make it just the beginning here of the school year. So good enough for me. But keep telling your friends so we can keep growing the channel. So like, subscribe, hit the alert button so you don't miss the other shows here on the channel. Tell your friends so we can keep growing the channel, because just because we hit 2K doesn't mean I don't want to go and reach for 3K. So that's the next goal in mind. So with that, just hang on for a few seconds after this little short intro, and I will start sharing all the stuff I spent my money on this weekend at King Kon III. All right, so what are we going to do here? I'm going to try the double camera thing that I did in my last pickup show. But before we do that, I want to introduce our segments here. And with our segments, first we're going to talk about, the convention. Like I said, it's King Kon III. This is the third one they did. I missed the first one, but I did go to the second one just, I don't feel like 6 months ago, maybe thereabouts. Again, I was at that show was at the Whatnot table with Ben, Mellow Fellow, for all you Whatnot shoppers out there. Also, owner of cbsi, so that's how I got to know Ben. I met Ben because I do still write for comicbookinvest.com, and yeah, it was good seeing him again and hanging out. And then again, this time it was good hanging out as well, going out, checking out some books, seeing what everybody else had, and just walking the floor. It was kind of fun. Like I said, it's not like a huge convention. It's more of a smaller con, but there was a lot of dealers. There was a lot of books. There was a lot of big books there too. There was books well out of my price range. A bunch of Golden Age stuff, some old school Golden Age, some Mariners I remember seeing. There was at least 2 Ultimate Fallout 4 the Jurdovic incentive variants. I saw the price on one that was like, I think it was like 10 or 16K. I can't even remember. It was ridiculous. It was a high price. Like, again, something I couldn't pay. Was like on the one. I think it was like a 9.4. And then I think I saw another 9.4 on the floor somewhere else, but I didn't see a price, and I wasn't going to ask. I think I saw ASM 3. That was a decently great. I think it was like a 6.0. ASM 3 was on the wall. There's a bunch of really cool books there just at this show. Then some dollar bins, some cheap boxes, some cheap variant boxes. And like I said, I'll show you the stuff that I picked up that I basically picked up from only 2 different sellers for the most part. But it was a fun, convention all in all. And they're going to do it again, I think, in another few months. So if you're in the New Jersey area, come check it out, because if Ben's going back again, I'm probably going to go back to hang out with Ben again. So with that, let's get into our first little section of this, and we'll get into the dollar bin stuff. I know you guys like the dollar bin stuff. I mean, this is my bread and butter. This is where I started, basically doing the dollar bin stuff. So my dollar bin finds at this show mostly came from one of these sellers in the back room, and he had some fun stuff. What caught me to stop, I wasn't even planning on doing dollar bin digging that at the show. I was like, you know what? I'm fine with the books I already had because I already hit up another dealer and bought a bunch of stuff, spent some money, and I was like, I'm kind of good already. Like, I don't need to spend a ton. I just like looking and hanging out. But when I was walking by, I saw somebody else digging, and they pulled out one of those James Jean Batgirls. It was issue 45. Love that cover. So I saw them have that at the top of their stack while they were digging through the dollar bins. I'm like, all right, now I got to hit them up. If there's stuff in there like that I like, I got to look too. So I started digging as well. And the first stuff that I can share with you is I did get a couple of Batgirl things. I mean, that guy got the James Jean cover that I like, the 45. I was also looking for the 52 or 53, the Poison Ivy one, but I couldn't find it. Well, I saw this Joker cover, which ain't too bad. Just kind of caught my eye. Number 15 for Batgirl. So yeah, it was worth a buck to me. And then I saw like a Birds of Prey run, and I was like, okay, I know a couple of Birds of Prey books to look for. I was digging and digging. I couldn't remember the number for um, the Joker issue with Barbara Gordon, where she was in the wheelchair following Killing Joke. I kept looking and looking and thinking, it's like issue 49, it's issue 49. And then eventually my brain clicked into place and remembered, like, dummy, it's Suicide Squad issue 49, and not Birds of Prey. So I was looking for the wrong book for like ever, but I did remember to look for this book, 76, which is First Black Alice, another first appearance. This book got ridiculously priced, like I don't know, maybe last year or the year before, when we were getting the Batwoman show, and then we were getting Black Alice. Like, this book was like 30-40 bucks at one time. Now I think it's under 10, so nobody really cares about First Black Alice anymore, but I figured for $1 I'm still gonna go and grab it. Even though TC has made a mess of everything they announced and everything they planned, another book that hit highs of like 30 bucks or so was Gotham Central #1, because we were supposed to be getting a Gotham focused cop show. We are gonna get the Penguin spinoff, and then we're gonna get the Gotham show, and then they changed it. Now it might be more of an Arkham show, so God only knows. But still, Gotham Central #1, I still wasn't gonna leave it behind for $1. So for $1, I still grabbed that out of the box too. I was looking for First Onslaught once I hit a little bit of an X-Men run, because that's, again, when you start hitting patches of books and titles, you start looking for certain things. At least that's what I do. Like, I hit New Avengers, I was looking for certain books. I hit Captain America, I was looking for certain numbers. I'm flipping through, and when I hit X-Men, the Jim Lee, 90s X-Men, I was like, what to look for in this range? Because it was in the higher number range, sub 100, but I was like, well, let me look for 53 Onslaught. I couldn't find 53. Somebody probably already grabbed it. This was later in the day that I was doing this. This is probably like 2 o'clock thereabouts. I think, yeah, it's when I was walking around. Was when I did most of my digging, I think, around that time. But I did grab this issue, which is not the first Onslaught. I mean, it's got on the cover, but I grabbed this one because of it was a newsstand. So I figured, you know what, I'll just grab it for a newsstand, because you don't see these things very often. It's not in the greatest of shape. There's some ticks on the spine, but once again, for $1, and I was like, a newsstand, second Onslaught, or whatever you want to call it, hell, I might as well just buy it. So for $1, that's what I did. I also was looking for, when I hit an Avengers run, I was looking for some of the Kang books, but again, I think somebody pulled them. I was also looking for First Nebula, but couldn't find it. But I did find this Origin issue of Nebula, which did okay for a little while. And it's not worth a ton, but it was still worth it for $1. So I grabbed one of these, the direct edition, as well as this happened to find later in the boxes. There was another one, so I grabbed both. I grabbed the newsstand as well. So the newsstand of Avengers 260, again, tells the origin of Nebula. There's a very good sticker on here. I don't know. Like I said, it's not a near mint shape or anything like that, but it's a little bit better than very good. I'd probably say this one's more like a very fine. Another Guardians book I grabbed out of there. I was looking for 25 because I like that Thanos cover, but this Magus, however you say his name, the evil version of Adam Warlock, is issue 23, caught my eye, so I also grabbed this for $1. Oddball book that caught me by surprise. I didn't exactly know what it was this villains book from the Heroic Age. Apparently, there's a superheroes and a villains book. I think it's kind of like maybe a source book, guidebook kind of thing. And I like grabbing these things, so I found this one. I kept digging, figuring there was a superhero one, and there is one. When I went home and did some research, there is one, but I couldn't find it in the box, so I just got the villains one. But still kind of fun for $1. I mean, it doesn't sell for a whole ton of money. Like none of these sell for like a ton of money. These at best like $10, $15, but still for a buck. I have a hard time leaving some things behind, especially once you start grabbing. Once I start pulling, then I start really loosening the rules, the guidelines of, well, you're not going to buy that. You don't need that. But once I start making a pile, then I just start going, screw it, I'm going. And we'll get to what made me start actually buying books in a minute. Flipping through later in the boxes, I did come across this. Here, I was going to show it this way first because I got the whole run. Great Lakes Avengers, and again for $1 an issue, I'm not gonna leave behind. It's a fun little story, fun little run, and this is first Great Lake Avengers. So all 4 issues, $1 each, issues 1 through 4. So we'll put them in the pile there. I always talk about final issues, and I told you there was a big X-Men run in there. So I found the final issue of X-Men Legacy, $2.75. Doesn't do a whole heck of a lot, but again, still in that kind of 10 to 15 buck range potentially. I figured I'd grab it, and plus a good Marx Brooks cover. Let's move some of these books out of the way because there's still some more to come. Yeah, I'll put these over here next to me. And did find this variant that I kind of liked. I always like grabbing these Women of Marvel variants. So I saw this Hope Summers one on Generation Hope. Was issue 2. So for $1, like I said, I'm not going to leave that behind for $1. So I grabbed that. Something I wrote about in Dollar Bin Digging before. This the first appearance of the Purple Children or whatever. And so, the Purple Band, maybe we get Tenet back in the MCU with the Daredevil show coming. Maybe we get Jessica Jones back. Who knows? Maybe he'll be a toned down version. Maybe we'll get the Purple Kids. I don't know. But still, for $1, I figured might as well just bring it home. Another book. See, some of these are books that I've talked about, and as I said, I practice what I preach. So when I talk about a book, when I see them, I usually buy them. Just like this Heroes for Hire, number 13, the Santa Takeda hentai type cover. This is, spiked a little bit. As interest is there and wanes, and then people forget about it. It still lingers in that anywhere between 10 to like 20, 25 bucks. It's still kind of in that range, depending when you catch it. So, I don't know. Like I said, for $1, I'm still grabbing. Really nice copy. I figured I would grab that. This next book isn't worth anything, but I just, for whatever reason, I just grabbed it. So G.I. Joe number 2. This art has been reused, I think, once before in another G.I. Joe book, but I just liked it. It's Campbell doing Destro. They had the whole beginning of this run, and I do have these already, but for whatever reason, I pulled this one out, and I didn't feel like putting it back, so I just left it in my pile for $1. Even though I know it's only worth like $1 or $2. So sometimes you can't explain it why you buy things. And this is one of the things. I don't know why I bought it. I just did. Just on a goof, I grabbed here as another GI Joe. There weren't a whole heck of a lot of GI Joes. Otherwise, I would have grabbed more. But the ones I did see, I did grab this issue 167. It's got Firefly on it, which is kind of fun. And this is the subscription cover, so it's basically like the B cover. So I figured I'd grab it, add it to my collection because I'm pretty sure I don't have this one because I don't have a lot of the IDW run of GI Joe. So I don't know. Like I said, for $1, I was just adding it to the pile. Here's an odd book. I mean, this is a $1 book that I bought for $1. I don't know. It was Dragon Age. I figure I have this on my list of things to cover once in the video game section of Hidden Gems. Also, I'm sorry you guys aren't getting Hidden Gems this week. I decided to do this instead because this was easier to do than all the prep work it would have taken to do Hidden Gems. But I do have Dragon Age on the to-do list in the video game section. So here's just a little sneak peek, I guess. But this is the $1 issue. So like the $1 comic for $1, 1 for 1. Issue 1 of Dragon Age. Again, I just figured might as well put it in the pile. Now, I mentioned before why I actually did start buying books. Like, I can flip through a box and not buy anything. If there's nothing I've deemed that I need, I can just flip through and okay, it's good enough. I did it plenty. I did plenty at that show. I flipped through plenty of boxes there. And, just sometimes you just don't, it's just not there. It just doesn't grab you. But for whatever reason, I saw these. Maybe it's because I was rocking my Dungeons and Dragons t-shirt that day. But I saw these, so I figured I'm gonna go and buy these. These are those the Forgotten Realms. This is those Drizzt. I can't say his name. Drizzt. Yeah, it's a popular character from Forgotten Realms. So I figured I'd get them. There was no issue one. I looked. I looked. I was flipping through. I reflipped. I went back and forth through the area where these were. There's no issue one, which is the first appearance of the character, but there was issue two uh, from this Homeland series, and there was issue three, which is I believe the only issues of the run. I think it's only three issues. There's B covers for these, but I found these, so I bought these. And once I started pulling these, that's when I just started pulling everything else. For whatever reason, I said, "All right, the seal is broken. Now I'm buying stuff." So I grabbed any of the Forgotten Realms books that I found in there. It's not like they're all worth like a bunch of money or anything like that. For the most part, I mean, those issues 2 and 3 do okay. I'm not even sure what these other ones do. I didn't even bother to research them yet, but I just figured I'd grab them for $1. I was just going to grab them for myself. So this Crystal Shard #1, I think this is a B cover as well. It's 48 pages too, so these are like thick books. So be a decent read once I get around to it. And then there was this Exile series against another mini series featuring the character of Drizzt. Issue 1 and issue 2 were the only ones that were there, but I bought them both. So yeah, that's what I grabbed for $1. That dollar bin seller also had he wasn't just a dollar bin seller, he had other stuff. He had stuff on his wall. He actually had the Submariners, like early Submariners that I saw on the wall, and it was price, they were expensive books. So $6,000 wasn't a bad ask. It's just, it was like $6,000. And he was negotiating with somebody who was thinking about trying to buy it with a trade, who had like a Daredevil 1, 8.0, I think it was. They were discussing their thing while I was just flipping through the boxes. I just absorbed the conversation going around me. But he also had some price boxes. I flipped through most of them. Nothing really caught my eye except for one book, which we will get to once I get to that segment. But otherwise, I just bought dollar books off of that dealer and went about my business. But let's just go on and shift back to this view for a second while I clear off the dollar bin books. And there was another dealer there that was telling a story how somebody came in and sold him a couple of Schomburgs, a couple of old school caps, like really nice covers, and he got them for a song. He really did. But that's kind of happens, and I think it was just luck of the draw. Like they were in the side room of the convention, and I guess that person came there first before hitting the main room. Because I'm telling you, whoever he would have went to first probably was going to buy those books, and one guy lucked out and he got them. So it's opportunity. It's sometimes it's luck and opportunity. They collide, and you get yourself some really cool books, and that guy did. And like I said, there was a lot of big books there. There's plenty of big books there, and a lot of keys, all on those walls. Again, a lot of the people that you guys know and probably watch their shows. Erod was there. Very Gary was there. The Principal Defects guys were there. They're all set up doing their thing. And like I said, I was hanging out and sitting with the Mellow Fellows booth. And yeah, it was, like I said, it's interesting show. But the other dealers, were all about. Now, before I get on to talk about the other books that I bought, we're going to go into a tiny little part of tiny segment. I don't normally do like the store variant or the exclusive things, but considering I'm kind of covering the convention, I'm going to show you the convention exclusives that I did get at the show. And that would be this Nottingham book that my buddy Ben did for the show. This is He-Man, if you guys don't know, Masters of the Universe homage, the final issue, I believe, and it is the convention. There it is. There's the King Kong logo. It's also a Whatnot exclusive. My buddy Ben Mellowfell, he did them, so I figured I would just show them. I would show them because they were a convention exclusive. This was pretty cool. There's a tray. Oh, I'm putting it down, but I didn't switch over to the screen. There you go. Hard to see because this is a foil cover. There were also regular versions as well, but I think there were Whatnot books, not for the convention, not King Kon exclusive. So wasn't going to show those ones there. But and then there's a Virgin edition as well. I kind of like the trade dress personally. I don't know. Something about it it reminds me of the old school, like I said, He-Man book. So I like it a little bit better than the Virgin, but that's just my personal preference. But I got them both. And then I also got, this is an interesting little thing. Limited, and I know you guys question, you can question like limited, even COAs. You can't trust them. You can't trust announced print runs and all these things. But here's something I feel I can. This one is marked, like the cover itself is marked and numbered. So this one is limited to 20, and I got one of them. I got number 10 of 20. And I think is an awesome book. You guys know there's metal covers, there's glass covers, there's leather covers, there's all kinds of weird, fun stuff out there with acetates and all that craziness. But I have a wood cover. Yes, a wood cover. It's numbered, like I said, it's numbered 10 of 20. So I know this one's it of this cover. It's awesome. It's awesome. This is done like the covers are done. It's the comic, like the full comic is here with the wooden cover. I'm gonna take it out and just show you. Like the full comic is inside here. It's really cool. It's like the wood cover is adhered to the top of the book. You heard the spine crack. Like I don't even want to open it up all the way to read it, but you heard the spine crack. But it's pretty awesome. Like this is legit. This is wood. This is wood. Here, I'm gonna put this down here so you can get a little good look at it. Uh, there, it's awesome. Was done in conjunction with another person I know, Four Color Creations. If you don't know who that is, make sure you go check them out on IG. And they got an Etsy page where he sells these reproductions of classic covers. As you can see here, I've had these on my desk forever. I have a couple of these, a few of these. It's like, here's the ASM. Like this is ASM 300. It's in wood. It's 3D. Like there's layers of wood that make this up. Like, and it's etched and it's really awesome. I got that one. I also got, I'm knocking stuff over here. I'm knocking over my Hal Jordan Green Lantern. I got the Silver Surfer. And again, if you want to have the full screen, you guys probably see these on my desk. I put them back up recently. But again, they're really awesome. Awesome work. Really love these things. I also have an X-Men one, I think, behind me somewhere because I only got spot for 2 right now. I did actually just order another one from Four Color Creations too. It's pretty cool. I can't wait to put it on my desk. As soon as it comes in, I will show it to you guys and show it off. But like I said, it's just really, really cool stuff. It's unique. It's a different form of collectible, just like this cover. Like, I'm not saying anybody go and like spend a ton of money on stuff like this. I'm just happy to get something unique like this to put into my collection because again, I like all the aspects of this. Like it's an homage covering something that I like. It's a unique format of this wood reproduction that I also like. It's done by a friend of mine. Like there's a lot of things. This one checks the box for me of why I like this book. But again, just showing it. It's something I got at the convention, so I just wanted to share that one with you guys. Now let's go back on over, and we'll get to probably the segment you guys are more interested in because these are the cooler books. These are going to be the fun books, more expensive stuff because yeah, dollar books are fun. But yeah, I did buy other stuff too. And we're going to look at the variants because I like buying variants. Now, I list this segment as variants, but we're going to start off with books that are actually not variants. And once again, I found this dealer. He was set up in the corner on the other side of the place. I always like I don't know. I like digging in the quieter corners where not all the foot traffic is. I don't know. I guess I like my space and I like I don't know. Just like being by myself, I guess. Oh, sorry. Before I get to that, I forgot. I got to show you first the book that I got from the Dollar Bin seller. I forgot. I was supposed to do that first because here it is on top. This was the one book that I bought from the Dollar Bin seller from their price boxes. Not because there was anything else. It's just I really didn't have a lot of time to dig at that point. I was heading back to the table. And I did see this at the front of a box, and it caught my eye. And I said, well, I'm getting this because this was sitting there. This is Transformers Beast Wars #1 incentive. Like this is a 1 in 100 incentive for Beast Wars. It's got some foil. I don't know if you can see it there. This is the Gathering. I don't know if you can see the foil reflecting it all. Pretty decent shape. I didn't see any like ticks or anything down the spine. But it was I don't know if you can see the price handwritten here on the thing. It was $10. So a 1 in 100 for $10. Yeah, I wasn't leaving this in there. There's only one up on eBay right now, and that person's asking, I think, $200 for this thing. I just thought this was really cool, so I bought it. So for $10, that was mine. There, I'm trying to center this thing as best I can. So for the rest of the books, that was the last book that I bought from that dollar bin, place I got the dollar bin stuff. But going back to the corner. So I'm around another corner. I'm digging through these boxes. A lot of cool stuff. There were some, we had like $5 boxes, I think $3 boxes, and and he had deals. This guy was very nice. He gave me a deal, especially when I was done making a pile of books. I didn't even really ask. I'm not a very good negotiator. I've admitted this and talked about this plenty of times. I don't know how to haggle. I mean, I guess I know how to. I just don't. I just if I see a price, and that's usually if I'm comfortable paying, I'm comfortable paying. If I'm not, because I don't like the idea of haggling and then putting something back. So I feel like I'm already going to buy no matter what. So I don't bother. I don't know. That's weird. My buddy ended up coming to the show later in the day, and he said he would do the haggling for me, and I almost took him up on it, but I didn't have to. And I'm going to get to that more in a second. But digging through this guy's boxes, yeah, had deals. It looked like a place that I was interested in. I started flipping through a set box. Like sometimes you flip through and you see some collected sets. And I saw this book at the front, and it was Psylocke. So the Psylocke mini, and it was all four. It was all for the Psylocke mini, and they were just sitting right there, all nicely done. These are in great shape. These, you know, spines are all good. All these books are well taken care of. These aren't junk books or anything like that. So I saw them, and I was like, well, let me just take a look. What's this set of this mini? What's he asking for it? And I pulled it out, checked the back. It was $75. So I was like, all right, that's like half of the market right now, the asking price of the market. If you go online, I think most of the sets people are asking for the full set are asking like 150, and you can probably get about the 75 you probably get for issue one even. I know the second print is probably people's favorite because it's rarer for whatever reason, but I don't know. I love this cover. I think I have this whole set somewhere, but I figured for 75 bucks, which is a lot. I know it's a lot. I hadn't spent any money at that point of the day. I just said, all right, I'm pulling this out because I'm at least going to get this, and then I'll see if there's anything else. I'm going to dig through because there was also another guy who was just kind of hovering. I hate it when people hover, like they're digging in the box like right next to you. I'm like, just wait. I'll be done, or just go dig somewhere else. But it's personal space issues. I mean, pandemic aside, I just also don't like being on top of people. But that's my own thing. But this seller also had a bunch of variant boxes. They're just there, and they're priced variants, but the prices weren't too bad. So I just started making a pile of stuff. Like I'd pull the book out and I would check the back of it. So I'd pull the book out, like I was like, what is this? I was like, oh, this is an Annihilation cover. I like this. This is the Hitch Annihilus cover. I love this thing. And I looked at the back. I'm like, all right, oh, he's asking $10. Cool. $10, not bad. I'd pay 10 for that. Pull it out. Put it in the pile. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel number 25, Dodson variant. There's actually no price on this, so I figured I'd pull it out and then figure out what he would say in the end. At the end of the pile, once he was adding everything up, he just threw that in and didn't even charge before it was a freebie, which I was again, it's a really nice guy. I can't remember the name of his store, but really nice guy. Can't wait to dig through his stuff again. Probably the second book I think I actually picked up out of the boxes was this one, because it caught my eye, because I covered these on Run for Covers. I think, not that long ago. I know it was a short-lived video series that I did here, but I like going through the cover runs. But I saw this Captain America, the Women of Power cover, and like I said, don't see these all that often. And like I said, when I flipped it in the back and it was only asking $5, I was like, all right, $5, putting it in my pile. So threw that down, and this is a thick issue as well of this Sam Wilson Captain America 7, that variant. Here, doing double duty. I saw one of these, another one of those Women Power, just like the Hope one I showed you that I pulled out for $1. This one wasn't $1 though. This is Storm one. It's Do More one. Also, remember I just talked about Do More on Dollar Bin Digging as well. But this one also marked $5, but $5 for a really cool Storm cover. Again, this is only like I think like a $10 book at most, so it's not like that was like a huge discount, but still, for me, I don't see this all that often. So for $5, I was still in for it. So I grabbed that one there. Then I saw these 1 in 25s. I was pretty sure. I wasn't sure at first. This is the one time I did pull out my phone to check. Like I don't like pulling out my phone when I'm digging through people's boxes because I just feel weird, like price checking. I know other people do. I just don't like doing it, or if I do it, I try to be covert about it because I just feel weird about it. Like you like price checking somebody, like, oh, I'm check eBay what this. I don't know. That just seems kind of like I don't know something. She doesn't feel right about it, so I don't try not to do that. But I did want to check that these were incentives. This one I knew. This one I knew was a 1 in 25 because I actually do have this one already. I bought this one before, so this one might find its way into one of the 2K giveaways we're going to do on Wednesday. But this was a 1 in 25. I know of Kingpin from that 2017 series. But again, it was 125. It was marked $5. So I'm like, all right, I'll grab that for $5 because still 1 in 20, an oddball 1 in 25 for like $5. You guys should know by now. I'm buying that stuff like whenever I see it. So it was this. These are what I needed to check because I wasn't sure what the bullseye 1 in 25s looked like. So I did have to double check these. This was issue 1 of that bullseye run again. Same time as that Kingpin 2017. This one was marked 10 though. But I still put it in the pile and still ended up getting it. So put that there. Then I grabbed issue 2. There was another 125. This is a Diodato cover. This one was only marked $5, so I just wanted to double check. I was like, yeah, it's 1 in 25. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I'm in for that. I don't know if you guys are adding up prices or not on these, but you don't have to. I'm going to tell you this at the end because I wasn't adding up prices. I had no idea what I was putting in my pile. I just saw a Hughes cover. He didn't have a lot of Adam Hughes, but you know I like Adam Hughes, and I'm pretty sure I had this one already. But this is a Life with Archie number 36, just a variant. I think it's like a B cover. And it was marked $5, so I was just like, all right, what the hell? Put it in the pile. So I did. Again, that's not worth like that much or anything like that. It just is what it is. And I saw this, the Namora. This is not a variant either. This is just the regular. I believe this is a regular cover. There is a variant, but this is not the variant. But I saw this Namora. I think it's Hans, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. But this one was also $5, so I just threw it on the pile. And then the next book, he actually had like 4 of these, and a couple were marked one price, another was marked a little bit more, another was marked a little bit more. I was checking if it was just condition based, but all the conditions seemed about the same to me. I'm not saying these are 9/8, but they're not too bad. But I did get this San Diego X-23. Now this is a book I never see this like in person. I see it online all the time. I cover this in Chasing Ghosts, wondering if it was a ghost, and there's plenty of copies online of this. And this all doesn't sell for all that much anymore. When it came out, this was like 150. I remember like $200. I think it was hitting raw that convention, that San Diego Comic-Con season, which is another reminder not to let FOMO take hold when you see like some of these convention exclusives and you go out and you start buying and paying like a ton because, oh, you don't want to miss out. Granted, sometimes you're going to miss out and the books are just going to go up from there. But most times, books like this, like I said, this was like 100 plus easy. The week it came out, it was like $150, but like, it was marked $25. So $25. I finally got this book and I like it. This is, the homage to what is it? Uncanny 133 in the guts. It's when Wolverine's fighting those ninjas. It's like that single issue with Wolverine by himself, and I think that's where we get the whole the best there is at what he does kind of thing. But yeah, so I grabbed this again, $25. Put it all in the pile. So I mean, you can add that up. I mean, we had the $75 for the Psylocke set. We got $25. That's $100, and then there's a whole bunch of other books that I just went through. There's 10, 5, 5, 5, 10, and I put into the pile. And like I said, I just presented the stack to the dealer and said, how much I owe you? Like, it's not even haggling. And like I said, guy, he just cut me a deal. We just throwing down books. I didn't even know what he was going to come up with the price. I think it ended up 130. I think I paid for this stack when all was said and done. So, like I said, so that means if I paid the asking price for the Psylocke and then this X-23 at 25, that means $30 for the rest of it. I don't know. I don't even know how much I saved off of those prices. I didn't even do, like I said, I didn't do the math. It is what it is. But I got all of those books for $130, which I don't think it was too bad. I told you, I'm going to tell you what I paid. I'm not embarrassed. And I got one more thing to show you, because I did see I see these on the wall, and I never see them. Covered it on Chasing Ghosts. It doesn't come up. There was only one copy available on eBay at the time. Yesterday when I was looking, or yesterday, because I'm filming this on Sunday. I went to the show on Saturday. And the asking price, it was pretty hefty. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what I can do. So I asked the dealer, how much do you want? And he told me, oh, told me, well, here, I'll show you the books first. I saw these on the wall. This is the Marauders 1 in 25 second print, 1 in 25 incentive variant. And there's the regular the trade dress version of the book that it's the virgin version of. So I don't, my feelings towards second print incentive variants. I don't like them to begin with. But this one, I like the Marauders series for one. Two, I know this book. Here, I'm gonna open this up because I know this book hit and it was hard to find because it's an error. Now, it's not an error edition where there's some that are wrong and some that are not. Every one of these is marked this way, but this book on the back, this is a Marvel incentive variant. This is a Marvel incentive variant, but Marvel accidentally put Golden Apple's logo on the back of this issue. Like, that's not the right back. So they printed it wrong. They didn't recall it, they didn't replace them, so all of them are like that, but it is technically an error. And like I said, I just don't see them come up all that often. It's probably not a 9.8. I do see at least one tick that's on there. I'm not even gonna bother showing you, but there is one tick right around in this area here. And I asked the guy how much he wanted for him. Just again, this was after I bought all the other stuff. I went back and was looking through, and I was like, "Oh, I spotted it on the wall." I didn't see it the first time. I spotted it the second time, and I figured, "Oh, let me ask. What is he asking for it?" So, I don't know if you could read it. There we go. So he has a note on it, but there it is. He was asking 150. So he's asking 150 for the set. And I said, all right, thank you. Thank you. That's, it's good to know. I'll think about it and I'll walk around for a little bit. And because I told him, it's like, I'm set up over here. It's like, I'm not selling. It's like, and these books are just for me, but I'm around the corner. It's like, if I still have money before the con's over, maybe I'll come back and we can talk. He's like, yeah, I'll work with you on the price. I'm like, okay, thank you. So I was hemming and hawing thinking about it because when I went and looked, checked eBay, checking the prices, I looked the one up, and the one I could see that was available online right now was asking $600. I couldn't find a recent sale to compare to. I remember prices were pretty high before, just offhand from my own personal memory. But I was like, all right, so there's one up asking six. This one he wants 150. I could probably get it down to, well, even if I don't ask, he'll probably offer for like 120, 125. Is that good enough? I don't know. So I was hemming and hawing thinking about it. I also met up with my buddy who was checking out the show with his son, and he said he would negotiate for me. He's like, "Oh, if you want me to do it, I'll go over and talk to the guy." He's a very good haggler. He owns a shop. Talked about him before. He said he would do it. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. But maybe. I was like, I'll let you know if I really want the book. And then it so happens as we were just walking the floor and we were in that area, and I was with my buddy who said he would negotiate for me. The dealer came back up to me and he came up to me, told me, he's like, "Yep, look, as I looked into that book you were asking about before, I looked for comp prices." He said it looked like I found one that sold for like $200 like a few months ago. So I know he knew what it was. He knows what the book was. I know what it is. He's like, "But if you want it, I give it to you for $100." And I was like, $100? I got $100. Screw it. So I bought it for $100. If you guys were following my IG, I think I threw it out there and I was asking Darth Lopez, like, what should I pay for this thing? Because I thought he was the one who told me about this one, but I'm not sure if it was him or not now. Now that I think back, who told me about this? So if it was you who told me about this book, hit me up in the comment section here. And yeah, I like to remember because I don't recall who pointed this book out to me. Because I think I was confusing this book with Lopez's that Excalibur book that he loves, that road cover. But maybe not. Maybe it still was Lopez. I'm not sure. But if it wasn't, and you had told, one of you viewers out there told me about this book, let me know because I just bought one, and I bought it because of you mostly. So take credit for that. And with that, that's all the stuff that I bought. I'd spent enough at that point. So you figure I'd spent I think I spent $34 at the Dollar Bin guy with that $10 Transformer book, $24 books, and then I spent what was it? Like I said, like 130 the first time around, and then another $100 on this one. So I all in, this stuff was like a little over $250. $250 ain't too bad, I think, for a day's work or not work, a day's walking around having fun. So I don't know. Hopefully you found that interesting. Hopefully you found some of these books intriguing. You thought I got some deals. Let me know. Like I said, what you think in the comment section about what I spent all my money on. I thought about getting a couple more things. There was a Deadpool 27, the 8-bit taco variant. I probably should have went back for that. The guy, I mean, he only wanted market price, but it was a really clean copy with that black cover. He was asking 50, but he was like, I'll give it to you for 40. So probably could have got it for 40, or if I got my haggler buddy to haggle for me, maybe I could have got it for 30. I don't know. That guy also had that Toxic Avenger book that we had talked about on Hidden Gems not that long ago with the Cannes Film Festival. He had one of those on the wall, which is again something you don't see all the time. So I thought that was interesting. He was asking 50 on that and also offered it for 40. So I don't know, a lot of interesting stuff. There was some Jason versus Leatherface Tops books I saw, a lot of weird stuff. And that's what I like going to those types of shows for. Is you sometimes you see things you don't normally see when you go to the regular stores, regular shops, some oddball things, some unique things. They get some ideas flowing of things I can cover on other shows here. So I will be back on next Monday with Hidden Gems. Sorry, I bumped Hidden Gems this week to do my pickup show, but I'm sorry, this was a lot easier for me to prep. And yesterday was a long day. Today was a long day. I got Star Wars still coming up later tonight. And I will have Chasing Ghosts coming up on Tuesday in its normal spot. And that will be a Star Wars special that I put together for you guys. So I just got to sit and record that one still. So again, hopefully you're enjoying everything here on the channel. Thank you again for all the support. Come check out the live show on Wednesday this week, as we'll be doing a lot of giveaways. And the schedule will still keep running like clockwork here otherwise for the most part, with Hidden Gems on Monday, Chasing Ghosts Tuesday, Tax Show Wednesday, Dollar Bin Digging Thursday, Mail Call Madness on Friday, Saturday Night Special on Saturday, and then Tales from the Dark Side on Sunday for your Star Wars, your Star Wars fix. And we had an Andor this week. Oh, man, it's going to be a busy week. It's going to be another busy week. But I don't know. Like I said, I love this stuff. So this ain't work. This ain't work. This is fun. And with that, I will see you guys soon with some more content. And hopefully come back on Wednesday, like I said. All right, later.